Now, today we're waking up to news that the Trump administration has announced all countries buying Iranian oil need to stop or they'll be subject to U.S. sanctions. It's a huge blow to South Korea and a number of other countries that had been on a waiver list, as the U.S. said that they will no longer enjoy exemptions starting May 2nd. It's part of Washington's efforts to increase economic pressure on Iran, but leaves countries that have been relying on Iranian oil, such as South Korea, Turkey, Japan, China, and India, in a hard place as they're left with just over a week to change oil suppliers. Our Lee Ji-won has our top story this morning.
Turning the screw on Tehran, the U.S. says there will be no extension to the current sanctions waiver on Iranian crude oil.
We're going to zero across the board. We will continue to enforce sanctions and monitor compliance. Any nation or entity interacting with Iran should do its diligence and err on the side of caution.
The U.S. withdrew from the 2015 nuclear deal with Iran in May last year, with President Trump saying the agreement had not stopped Iran from developing its nuclear and missile programs. However, 8 countries, including South Korea and Japan, were given exemptions from Washington's sanctions on Iran last November. The 180-day grace period comes to an end on May 2nd, and despite the country's efforts, the State Department said on Monday that President Trump had made the decision to deny Tehran its principal source of revenue. During his press briefing Monday, Pompeo also touched upon concerns of potential market instability.
And we've been working with major oil-producing countries to ensure the market has sufficient volume to minimize the impact on pricing. Both the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates have assured us they will ensure an appropriate supply for the markets. And of course, the United States is now a significant producer as well.
Pompeo reiterated that maximum pressure will continue until Iran ends its pursuit of nuclear weapons, stops developing ballistic missiles and sponsoring terrorism, as well as halt the arbitrary detention of U.S. citizens. While South Korea had already cut its Iranian crude oil imports to zero, it relies heavily on condensate or ultralight oil, which is technically not the main target of U.S. sanctions. The news is likely to take a serious toll on many of South Korea's small and medium enterprises in the industry. South Korea's Foreign Affairs Ministry says it has been in talks with Washington on various levels for an extension, and it will continue to relay its stance to the U.S. right until the deadline. Lee Ji-won, Arirang News.